Oh, hello. We are live on Direct Mail Monday, April 19th, 2021. Steve Sipress here. I received this piece of direct mail in my mailbox this week, and it is intriguing to me. It got me interested. Now I see that we're live. Anyway, hello. Welcome to Direct Mail Monday, April 19th, 2021. This arrived in my mailbox from something called Metro Mile, and I see by the return address they're in San Francisco, California, the area of huge amount of tech. So it sounds like some kind of technology involved something. But this caught my eye. I have been, or this is technically addressed to my beautiful wife, Michelle. She has been pre-selected for pay per mile car insurance savings. Now, it says pre-selected, but of course it's bulk rate. So, I always encourage not to use fake stuff like this. Don't say there's only a few left, which is known as scarcity, if it's fake scarcity, if there's not a few left. I love when people say, I only have a few copies of my ebook. Like, dude, you can say that if it's a real book. Maybe you only got 100 copies printed, or there's only 100 left, or whatever. But, like, come on now, stop it. So I don't suggest you look to start a relationship off with a something that isn't totally true. I won't say a lie or a falsehood or something misleading, but you want to be totally true. So pre-selected, right away I'm skeptical. And I suggest that's not how you want people to open and read your direct mail piece, that you're spending good money on paying someone to write it up, put it all together, paying for the postage, the envelope, the paper. Why would you want to start off making somebody skeptical? Pre-selected? I was pre-selected, even though it's pre-sorted standard bulk rate, the cheapest rate of postage. Like, I don't believe I was really selected. However, the name does show through the envelope, so I guess it's possible I was selected, whatever. Or in this case, I'm just curious enough about pay per mile car insurance savings. I haven't heard of that, but it sounds like a lot of other things in life. Like, certainly I go to the supermarket, I pay for the food by the amount of food I buy. Everyone doesn't pay the certain set amount to the supermarket every month, regardless of whether how much food you use. However, there isn't pay per view. There is once in a while on cable TV or the streaming services, but mostly it's a subscription with a flat rate. You pay a certain amount to Netflix or your cable company or Dish TV or whatever, and then it doesn't matter if you watch TV 24/7 or you never watch it, you pay that amount. It used to be when, yes, I'm dating myself, but I remember when the long distance wars came out after the Bell breakup in the AT&T to Ma Bell breakup in the 80s, and suddenly all the long distance carriers came out of nowhere: Sprint, MCI, WorldCom, this, that, whatever. Uh, it was pay per minute for long distance calls, like 25 cents a minute, 32 cents a minute, discount on the nights, weekends, with all different plans. And then it all switched the way it is today. You pay a monthly fee for your cell phone bill or your landline bill or whatever. I have both. And you can call as much or as little as you want, right? So pay per mile sounds like if you're driving a lot, you would pay more. But if you're driving a little, you would pay less. That's at least just what it sounds like. And since we do not drive a lot, and certainly, man, this would have been interesting to have over the past year during the shutdown, where a lot of people hardly drove at all. I bet our car insurance would have gone way down. I know they gave us like some stupid little break of like $5 or $10 a month or something because of the shutdown. Our car was not moving practically at all. They gave us only a few bucks off. Big whoop. I mean, thank you, but like, big deal. This sounds, if this is for real, pay per mile, sounds cool. So maybe you're watching this, you're laughing at me because you know what it is. Maybe you have it, maybe you whatever. But to me, the recipient of this direct mail piece, not having heard of it, that's enough curiosity, and it would work the same in a subject line of an email or a voice message or a Facebook ad or whatever you're using, whatever way you want to use to communicate. This kind of curiosity would get me to click to watch the video on a Facebook ad or to open the email and read it, or in this case, to open up the envelope and see what pay per mile car insurance really is. So Of course, I have my trusty Rhino letter opener. And let's see what pay per mile insurance is. And of course, let's see the veracity of the claim that we were pre-selected. Let's see if I believe that after opening it. Now I will be crossing off our home address in here as I did on the outside of the window. Of course, I got to do it on the actual piece, which is on the inside of the envelope. There you go. So let's see what it says. Drivers who switch to Metro Mile. Again, I've heard of Allstate, Geico, and whatever else, auto insurance companies, Progressive, whatever. I haven't heard of Metro Mile. The drivers who switch to Metro Mile save $741 per year on average. They all say stuff like that. Switch to Geico or Allstate will save hundreds of dollars. E-surance, whatever. All right, so it is personalized. Well, this is called variable print. Okay, you want to use this when meaningful. It has a good effect. Since the name is printed here, so it shows through when it's folded, shows through when the window envelope, that panel shows, might as well print it again here. Dear Michelle. So now, okay, we're thinking maybe it's personalized, maybe we were pre-selected. Driving less, you could be saving more with pay-per-mile car insurance. Yeah, see, that could be. I think we're driving less than I know we're driving less than the average person, which is supposedly 12,000 miles a year, 1,000 a month. I know we drive less than 1,000 miles a month, pretty much always have. So, oh well, when we lived back up in Chicago, just outside of Chicago, my beautiful wife Michelle's family lived about 2 hours north. There'd be a little more driving there, heading up to see them once in a while, or up to their second home a couple of more hours north. A little more driving, but here we're not driving a lot, especially since the shutdown started. You've been pre-selected to start saving money every month with Metro Mile. With traditional insurance, your bill will likely remain high even if you're driving less, but with us, you only pay for the miles you drive. So that is what I thought it is. With pay-per-mile car insurance, the less you drive, the less you pay. What the heck? So you could start saving in 3 easy steps. Pay a low monthly base rate starting at $29 and then just a few cents a mile, or experience great coverage, including roadside assistance. Oh, I guess that's step one. So we could start at $29 and pay a few cents a mile. Step two, we could get great coverage, including roadside assistance, smart tools to help us monitor our car's health, track the miles, so much more. And step three, assuming the sale here, drive off into the sunset with no limits on your miles per day. So that's interesting. That's a good one. I guess maybe when they first started this, people complained, I'm only driving 500 miles a month, but I do make a 200-mile trip, once a month, and that throws me over the edge. So they have no limit per day. That sounds good. So if we did make a long trip once, but then hardly drove at all, $29 plus a few cents a mile, depending on how many cents a few is, could possibly save us money. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to call them. Get an instant quote at metromile.com/get. Smart URL. They should have capitalized Metro Mile, so it doesn't look like this silly all small letters nonsense. Get an instant quote at metromile.com/get or call a toll-free number. And then they have a little QR code also, I guess. I can take a picture of with my cell phone if I guess I know how to take a picture. I've never done that with these QR codes, but that's how they work. I've used them in businesses and with clients, so I'm pretty sure that's how it works. You just snap a photo with the phone and you go right to a website. 24/7 claim agents available, customized coverage, roadside assistance, fast and fair claims processing, 92% stolen car recovery rate, street cleaning alerts in select cities. More stuff on the back. All right, so, here's an important one. Since 2012, so that's important. You don't make it a headline like a lot of businesses make the mistake of putting a headline, hey, locally owned and operated since 1972. Like, it's not a headline, but it is an added reason to do business. It's an added trust factor, as it's known in advertising and marketing, since 2012. So even though I haven't heard of it, they've been around 10 years. They're practically going, hey, dummy, what do you mean you haven't heard of it? You've been around 10 years. Where are you already? And there it is. So it's more affordable if you drive less than 10,000 miles a year, which I'm pretty sure we do. That sounds kind of cool. And then it says A plus rating with the Better Business Bureau, which all business owners know is BS, nonsense, garbage. But this is going, I assume, to consumers who might not know that. Consumers still think Better Business Bureau means something, so what the heck? How we measure miles. When you sign up, we send you the Metro Mile Pulse, a small device that plugs into your car, connects your car to our app, and tracks the mileage. You can even remember where you parked. Senior moment. That sounds good to me. The setup is simple. All your information is secure. Featured in more trust factors here. Featured in Time, USA Today, New York Times. No matter what you think of the different publications, uh, it's a trust factor. What our customers are saying, very smart, including some testimonials here on the side. If you're ever in doubt with how to fill up the space front and back of your mailing, you always hear me say, fill it with testimonials. They got three of them here instead of having more of a photo or some blank space or all that BS. This guy says incredible savings. This one says, I accidentally left my key in the car. The next morning, the car was gone. I called Metromile. They were able to tell me exactly where the car was, and it was towed for free. What a great bonus. And the next one says, I've never dealt with a better sales team. The ease of use is incredible. I've never dealt with an insurance company with such a handy app. It's really amazing how you can see your exact mileage at any point. So they're hitting on different points with their testimonials. With your different testimonials, you don't want them all to just say, hey, they're great. Hey, they're awesome. Hey, they're nice and fast and awesome and great. You want them to hit different points, different selling points, different objections that you overcome. So incredible savings, uh, great recovery of the stolen car and the free towing, and it's easy to use. Again, senior moment. Senior or anyone around my age might think like, oh, an app. I don't know. Am I going to switch and technology and ooh whatever? But what the heck? I mean, already that's good enough. They were good. They had me at hello, as the movie says. Like, they already had me to get this quote. I'll check that out. And then they have another page. You could cut your bill in half. Great headline. You could cut your bill in half. Here's what you need to know. The word here's, smart copywriting, leads me into reading the rest of it. Here's what you need to know. Great statement. You can use that in your marketing. Here's what you need to know. Well, gee, I need to know it. If I believe you know what I need, I have to read it now. And when they say here's, I have to see what is here. What is it? So it's simple to sign up, and everything over 250 miles a day is free. So take a road trip if you want. And filing a claim is easy, whatever. Get an instant quote. 3 steps. Again, they already said those three. Turn your car into a smart car with this device. Get complete coverage for a fraction of the price. And only pay for miles you drive. You start at $29 plus a few cents a mile. Only when you're actually behind the wheel. And I assume moving, not just sitting in the car. Some more testimonials here on a card now. So you have 3 testimonials, which I'm guessing is on the back, even though I opened it that way. This is the front. Another card with another headline, Are you driving less these days? And so people that are driving more, just throw it out. You don't get a response from everybody with direct mail, but for people like us that are like, yeah, we are driving less these days. Now I'm going to read the rest. When you have pay per mile car insurance, you'll pay for what you use. It sounds like the supermarket. Sounds like a restaurant. Sounds like so many things in life. You pay for what you use. It's not a novel concept. It's novel in insurance. I haven't heard of it. Every other insurance company says, this is what you pay a month, whether you drive or don't. And for months, we practically didn't drive at all, except our beautiful wife Michelle going to a local supermarket or something and having to cover her face with some useless piece of cloth or whatever. But now, this makes sense. Get an instant quote, boom. And these testimonials, I predict, since the rest of this piece is very smart, they're going to overcome 3 different objections, make 3 different selling points here with these 3. I'm thrilled I switched just before the pandemic. I used to pay about $180 a month for insurance. Now my bills are around 70. Okay, so savings, they hit that point. This one, you guys have been great. I work in CX. I don't know what that is, customer service maybe? And I've been impressed by your frequency of communication. Helpful emails, clear pricing, app experience. So good customer service. I think that one's saying. And the last one of the best decisions I made during the COVID pandemic. I started working from home and really only drive about 20 miles in a month. I've saved so much money all in cash from Cynthia W. So I suggest, of course, that to make them more trustworthy, use real names, at least the town they're in, if not a headshot photo. Best of all, if you do, you know, drive people online to your website, you have them in videos. Human beings, we're pretty astute at telling when someone's lying or someone's genuine or someone's for real. We can see them and listen to them. But they hit on all different points. Again, they had me at hello, paying per mile. Again, if this lands on people's doorstep and says, "Are you driving less?" Some people just say, "No, I'm actually driving more than ever." They just throw it out. But if we're driving less like we are, pay per mile just sounds interesting to me. I'm going to check it out. So I rate this piece an A, if not an A plus. Worked for me. Gave you a whole bunch of stuff in there and hopefully explain to you why it works. If you still have questions about it, hit me up. Post a question wherever you're watching this, reading it, listening to it. You can always go to helpfromsteve.com. That's a link to my personal calendar. I'll do a quick 15-minute call and answer any questions there and help you how to use this personally, this kind of stuff into your business so you can also attract more eyeballs to what you're offering and open people up to what your message is and your great irresistible offer is and get it to the right ideal target who that you want to get it to in the right way. That's the WOW strategy, the irresistible offer to the ideal target who that is communicated in the most or an effective way. W-O-W. The who, the irresistible offer, and the way you get that irresistible offer in front of the ideal target who. That's the WOW strategy. It works. Works here. At least they're getting the call. Now all that's left is the numbers. If the numbers are enough less than the current insurance we're paying, that it's worth the hassle of switching and getting a device and putting that in the car, and who knows what else they're tracking and what. But if the savings is enough to go through the bother of the switch, it's a winner. And that'll do it for Direct Mail Monday, April 19th, 2021. Thanks for being here today. I'll be back here tomorrow with you on Topical Tuesday. See you then. Thanks for being here today. Over and out.